Blessings, my people. So, I just wanted to speak on some things as far as when you got separation as a father from your kids, and a woman ends up moving on in life and finding somebody else, and you got a co-parent and deal with this other man around your kids. That's a touchy area, especially when you gotta accept that your kid's gonna be around another man. You gotta accept that you gotta build some type of understanding of who this man is. So you gotta do your research on this man, and you gotta check his temperature, because at some point he wants to control the narrative of your kids. In some cases, you got some stupid ass idiots like that. Now, mind you, I ain't got no problem with a woman moving on and helping raise the kids. If he's an honorable man, he has a job, he has good core values, and he's aligning himself to say, look, you the daddy, I'm not going to overstep your barriers, but I'm going to also step in and do some things and making sure your kids are straight. You know what I'm saying? But all that mind manipulation and try to tell them certain things, so by the time the kids come back to you, they following his rules and not by your values. It's a tricky slope. It's a very tricky slope. But this is for you men, and I'm not going to bash the women on this. I want to talk to you men that's stepping up playing fake-ass stepdaddy. Y'all got to stop trying to overbearing a dad. That's our kid. That is our kid. Now, granted, if I'm a deadbeat daddy and I'm not doing my job, by all means, you have a right to check me. But if I'm doing the right thing as a dad, and obviously I had the woman before you, I know her bullshit. So if I'm gonna call out her bullshit and you up under, you know that I'm right on what I'm checking on, but you want to play hero, advocate, and try to step in on things. It ain't gonna work like that, man. That shit ain't gonna it ain't gonna work out. It ain't gonna work out, fam. I'm just saying it's not gonna work out. So I say that in regards to, you know, I can definitely say I had experience with it. It was not an easy, 13 plus years of dealing with it. Some shit hit his head, where it got there. You know what I'm saying? It got there. I had hit a nerve. But thank God no bullets went flying and none of that stuff like that. And kids is grown now. And, we in a better place. But I'm just putting that out there. You men got to stop doing that, man. It ain't cool. It ain't cool. If you ain't got no kids or you do got kids, worry about your kids. You ain't got to worry about the kid that's for the dad that has them kids, man. Let him step in and do his job. It is not your place to try to come in and be involved in any of that stuff. That's an A and B conversation. That's not up for you to say nothing, especially if you a nigga that ain't doing that. Now, if you're doing something, by all means, you got a right to come in and we can have that conversation. I'll have all the respect to listen to you. But when you a nigga that's a deadbeat nigga and on the couch, doing the couch potato, doing some parking lot pimping at the house, nigga, you ain't doing nothing, ain't got no job, bruh, as soon as you open up your mouth, hands coming. Off this one. Hands coming. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it there. And I hate to be that aggressive in my conversation like that, but it's just, I just got a raising of understanding core values and right and wrong. And when you wrong, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna handle it. I don't know no other way. I don't know no other way. I'm gonna handle it. Because I don't respect you. And people I don't respect, you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that pass. You're not gonna get the conversation. You're not gonna get no balance. I'm gonna give you about 2 seconds to go on about your business, and if you keep being mouthy, then you in my reach. I'm gonna let it go. We can handle it like men, straight like that. I don't give a fuck. 2, 3. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Anything they got to do with hands, I'm always with that smoke. Because guess what? We live another day. I don't need to come around shooting nobody. I'm with squabbing. But I tell you what, my face ain't never been deteriorated because a fist hit my face. I ain't never had no problems if somebody hit me. Have I lost a fighter here and there? Yeah, of course we all have. I'm not gonna sit here and say how Mike Tyson was knocking niggas out in one punch, but you know I'm just saying, we gonna make sure that when we smack, it's gonna count. It's gonna count, and it's gonna be an understanding that we there. What you want to do, you know? But we got to get better at that, man. We got to get better at that, because if the clear picture is not beneficial to make sure that we are impacting these kids and we on that, we can leave all the other bullshit out the door. The focus is the kids, and especially if it comes to minds. Because if you ain't focused on, uplifting my children, but you more focused on coming at me, you're not going to win that battle, man. You know what I'm saying? And the cold part about it is I'm not a violent person. I'm a very approachable person. Do I get heated and agitated easily? Of course, I'm a Gemini. It's just my personality. But I have a lot more respect and I'm a lot more humble if we talked it out like men. But that part, sometimes most ignorant dudes don't even give you that attribute to be able to have them conversations, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It seems like it always gonna come down to an ass whooping, because that's the only thing they understand, and they probably want to get you there because they think they can beat you or they think they can win. And and to be honest, you just, like I said, you gotta pick your battles, man. But I just wanted to speak on it and let it be known, and it is what it is, man. God bless, man.